We're here for another week of Coach's Talk with head coach Dan Puckhaber. Coach, seems like it's been a while since we talked.
Yep.
After an off week, how does the team prepare for next week's game against Merchant Marine?
Well, I think it's game week for us now. I think last week we had 3 days of work, and then with our bye week falling in line with our fall break, able to give the guys a couple days off, which is really good. I feel like with our schedule, we don't do too much on the guys' bodies, but I think it was good mentally for the guys to get away from us. Because we coach them pretty hard, so always attention to detail when they're walking around the building. They got to take their hats off. So it was pretty nice for them to give them a nice little break. Practice-wise, it was 3 great days of practice last week, and we already got our first day of practice in this week, and the guys are locked in. They know what's ahead of them. They know that they got a really good Kings Point team that we got to travel down and see this Saturday.
Rochester was their last game, a big win for the Saints. The big story of the game, or one of the big stories of the game, was the play of the special teams. It counted for 2 touchdowns and a couple of field goals. How important is it to have really good special teams units?
I think whenever you see really strong football teams, and not just like teams that have a really good offense or just teams with a really good defense that happen to win a bunch of games, is when you have a really strong team like we do, you start to see it on special teams because you get more and more athletes on the field. And then at the end of the day, it was the special teams that really blew that game open for us. I mean, we were down 7-0 within the first minute of the game, and then all of a sudden, before you turned, it was 24-7 at the end of the first quarter. And offensively, I wasn't feeling really good. Like, I think we left a bunch of points in the field. We turned the ball over. We didn't play particularly well. Yet it was a 24-7 game, and that's a really hard hole for teams to climb out of against our defense. But it just starts to show just how special this football team is. And we're at the point now where we can start talking about championship caliber. And if you're going to be a championship caliber team, you got to have a strong special teams play.
With the change in alignment for the Liberty League coming up next year, this could be the last year of the Hoffman Cup for a while. How important is it to bring that cup home?
I want that in my office. I mean, it's a great thing to have a hardware game for us here. And what that game has meant to us throughout the years, just because it's something for the guys to have that. Tom Hoffman has done a great job promoting the game for us and having the support that he's had. I know I'm not in the position I am without Tom Hoffman. So for him, it was a way to say thanks to his dad, give his dad a birthday gift, and for us, we got a hardware game as a football program is really important. And if this is going to be the last one, which I wish it wasn't, but just with the makeup of the 2 leagues now, it's not going to fit into either one of our schedules. I want that in my office, and it might be a candy bowl. It might be where I put my keys. I don't know, but that's going back in my office.
After this road game, 2 of the last 3 games will be in front of the home fans for homecoming and senior day. We're anticipating a couple of the largest crowds in school history for those games. How important is it to have that kind of support?
I just think it's a testament to where we are as a program right now, is because when you're doing well, people are going to pay attention to you. And then when you get to come back here to Canton and we got a big, raucous, loud crowd, like the guys know it, they feed off it. It's a huge advantage for us. I know last week at Rochester, it seemed like we had more Saints fans than Rochester fans when you looked up in the crowd. And that's awesome. That is just, it's great for our kids. It's great for recruits to see because it shows that we care about what we're doing here. And then for the next couple of weeks being home here, those are going to be a couple really big games. And at the same time, though, I got to really just focus on this Kings Point game.
The team is still unbeaten 6 weeks into the season. As a result of that success, how has the approach changed from week to week, or changed at all?
I don't think anything has really changed. We still have the same practice schedule. We're still doing things the exact same way. We're still practicing 3 different special teams a day. We're still having our set number of plays. We're trying to get, right now we're averaging about 85 offensive plays a day in practice. Those things aren't going to change just because we're doing well. What I do start to see, though, is our guys are, they have 2 choices when you start being successful. They can either start to feel good about themselves and kind of take it easy, and I'm actually seeing the opposite. This football team is locking in even more, and I didn't know they could. Like, I really didn't. Every team has their personality, but I'm starting to see my guys practice even a little bit harder right now because they know just the opportunity that they have created for themselves that's ahead of them.
Good luck this week at Kings Point, and we'll see you right back here next week.
Thanks, Kelly.